Right, guys, here is a quick tutorial about designing along curves and along rails. It might be useful for your design of your next assignment. And there I want to encourage you to work with 6mm round steel. So we have a lot of these sort of round steel lengths, and you can sort of bend them. And I show you here in this tutorial how to design something on a line, and then you can actually attach volume to it. It's kind of quite a good fun thing to do. I just going to show you how to do it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. And I have prepared a few things. So when you have, perhaps I'm just going to show you the principle of it. So let's say you have, first you need to produce 6mm threaded like a bar, which we have at Kaitak and which you will work with. So let's just simulate how to make this. So we're going to have a straight, let's say you want to have a 1 meter long piece. Here we go. And we're going to straighten it up. So that's just the length. And we have 6mm. So that's the 3mm in diameter. And I turn this 90 degrees. And now I want to move it. Let's go to our perspective view. Zoom in. If we can get to the right spot, that would be great. Okay, and I want to move it. Let's move it. So I want to move this one. Enter it, and I want to move it from here. No. Click the tangent. I want to move it from here. Now, what does the zooming in? I need to click here, the end. Here we go. Right. And now there are various options how to do this. So if you go to your sort of surface pull down, and we can go to the option extrude, and we extrude it along a curve. So it asks us, what do you want to extrude? So select curves to extrude. This is the curve I want to extrude. I press done. And I select path. This is my path. And you can see, let's go to this view here. However, if we look at this in rendered mode, you actually sort of see that this is actually hollow. And so if we do this again, and we go to the option extrude along curve, we do this again. So this one, this is our curve. Oh, hold on, I just forgot to show you. So here, this is our curve. And we can also click solid, and this is our path. So now we have a solid steel bar here, yeah? Here we go. Right. So now what happens if you want to do this with curves? Well, let's say you want to make out of steel a shape like this. Let's make something. No, let's do something simpler first. So we just do like this. Right, and we have again our 6mm ring, and I turn this around. I think I need to sort of kind of get it roughly at a right angle to this line here. And now I want to move it, right click, move. And here it's sometimes quite good to go to your hold on, I need the view slightly different. Wireframe it. Oh, I want to go to the perspective view, but in the wireframe mode. Here we go. So I want to move this one. So I right click here and I take the command move. So I want to have it from here to there, yeah? And let's see what's going to happen when we do extrude along curve. Sometimes it doesn't do it. So if we extrude along curve, we set the curves to extrude. It's our diameter basically. I want to click it onto solid, and then we're going to go this one here. And what you see is that, let's go into the shaded view, or the render view even. You see that your line gets thin here. So basically what it does, it takes this diameter and extrudes it along this curve, but it doesn't change the shape or the position of your diameter. So the diameter runs along this curve, doesn't change its position, and then you thin it out here. That's not what you want to do, you know, and then it picks up, it goes along this curve and drops down, and then you have here probably the right to the diameter to rail again, and then, but this is not what you want. So here, we choose the option sweep, yeah? So if you want to avoid this, you want basically this to be a solid diameter all around along your curve. You do not go extrude, you go to your surface tool and you create a sweep rail. Yeah, and you can have two rails, we have only one. So select rail, we select this is our rail. Yeah, and let's go perhaps in the wireframe mode. So this is our rail, and then the cross section is here. Okay, and now let's see what we're going to have. And we want to let's click on automatic, and then we go done. And here it's quite important, you should click road like, or either, yeah, let's see. Usually I sweep it in a road like. So basically when a road does curves, the road doesn't get narrow when you have a steep curve. The road is always the same diameter, yeah, or the same width. So that's quite a good explanation. And now we sweep it. And now you have your curve at the same diameter wherever, yeah? So let's say if you want to, you know, you could, for example, I mean, one thing is if you want to create a lamp, oh, there's so many, I mean, there's so many options. I don't even want to suggest it. But for example, this could be a little flower lamp. You could make 4 or 5 petals, and you could sort of fill this space with a laser cut piece of wood, yeah? And then they all merge in a ring that you can attach to a stem, yeah? All these sort of things, you need to sort of figure it out yourself. So I encourage you to just kind of play around with. So extrude along curves or straight or subcurves, or here, the sweep rail is the one when you want to simulate working with a 6mm diameter piece of steel. You just use the sweep one rail, yeah? So best is really to just practice for 5 minutes all the options and figure out how it works with straight lines. You need to be aware how to get your diameter of the ring to a right angle to the line you want to sweep, yeah, to the rail you want to sweep. But so it's quite easy to kind of create these sort of free forms, yeah, with this method. So you could literally just kind of draft up something in 2D. You sweep it with a rail, and then you can, you know, what you then can do is once you've got all your parts, it's a little bit like working in the workshop. So you first produce all your pieces, and then you weld them together. So, for example, if we have this one here, yeah. So we can sort of start moving this around, but not like this. Where are we here? So here, I use this one. So that's my, is it flat? Yes, it is flat. So anyway, so here you can sort of start, you know, manipulating, moving your things around. You can sort of, you know, whatever. You could sort of copy and paste it, and you know, rotate it. Rotate this one. You know, and then, you know, you can sort of also sort of flip them up here. Is it like this? No, it's not like that. Yeah, more like this, where you can sort of, you know, flip these ones. Yeah. And something's difficult to figure out where they go. Is it this way? No, is it that way? But so once you laid them out, you can sort of manipulate them and sort of figure out how they move into space. Yeah. So please play around with it. I don't, you know, make a few curves. I want to see whether you can sort of figure out how you can use the command extrude and sweep with rail. Yeah. Okay, please play around with it and upload something for Friday. Yeah. Okay. I hope you have a good weekend. I see you all on